小狗。
Hello my fellow makers, welcome to Kalakar Makerspace. Well, you know, I live in the mountains and I have a small garden. After a successful harvest, I need a place to clean all the vegetables. I thought of using a sink, but where to mount it? I do not have any wall or anything there in the garden. So in this video, I'm going to make a stand. Well, I have few conditions for it. It has to be weatherproof, maintenance proof, and because it's in the outdoor, during the afternoon sun, it shouldn't just fade out. But what I mean by that is, before every rainy season, I don't even want to paint it. I want it to be that maintenance free. Inside this video, I'm going to tell you what are the materials that I used and how I constructed it. And if you stick very last end, I'm going to show you beautiful vinyl art that I used to decorate this stand. If you want to know how I did all of this, let's get into the video. But if you are new here, please do subscribe to this channel. Very end, if you love this video, then please do click on the like button as well. Let's get started. For the bathroom sink, I have bought these two sinks. One is of a bigger size and one is of a smaller one, and I got this from IKEA at least 3 to 4 months ago. I want to do a table for it. What I decided to do is use this 20 by 20 extrusions. The dimension of this is 20 by 20, that's why it's 20 by 20 extrusion. The center hole is around 6 mm, and it can be interlocked and locked and to make any kind of structures. This is what the electronics and other people use in the factory, so that they can quickly put up a table or stuff like that. Here you can see I have got more extrusions. These come in 12 feet length. Sometimes they do come in 6 feet length also, but I prefer to choose the 12 feet length because it is economical for me. I have two machines, one for the woodworking and one for the aluminum. So if I open this, the blade that is here has a very close knitted teeth and they are carbide bits. So I will be cutting all the aluminum pieces using this machine. So what I did here is I have these two smaller pieces which are not good enough for any length. I need 22 inches out of this, but this is around 13 inches, whereas I need 14 inches and it's of course small. So what I did was I threaded the hole in the between using my cordless drill over here. This is a threading bit that I used. Using this, I threaded the hole and I put in a nut. I cut the head off using my angle grinder, and now it's well fit in. We have to apply Loctite on both the sides so that it doesn't come out ever. So first we'll apply it to the nut, yeah, and then we can thread it on one end. That's it. This is the jointed piece that I've done, and now it is firm, and I've marked 22 inches over here. Now I can cut it just like a normal aluminum piece. And that's what I like working about metals, more than working with concrete or wood, that if it is broken, then you can do something like this and make it work. And if you ever decide to dismantle it also, then still you can repurpose this in somewhere in other project. To put the aluminum frames together like this, we are going to use these corner blocks which I have shown here, and this is an individual corner block to which I have put the nut and the screw. So here's the nut. This is the actual costly part. So a packet of these for 70 pieces cost me around 950 rupees, whereas these screws are of each 2 rupees 50 paise. So for 70 I got somewhere around 150 or so, and that's the costliest part in this whole build. And the way it works is, so we put the nut on this side and we put the bolt here, and then we can thread it inside the channel. So the way the nut goes is, if I can show it to you on the other side, it goes like this inside, and then the triangular piece which I showed you will come on top like this, and you can use this nut to thread it on the top. Here I have put the aluminum frame together. I was able to use the angle brackets and put one nut here and one nut here and then secure it, and it's really sturdy. I can even drop it and nothing is going to happen to it. I have used the corner brackets at the bottom and on the side also here at the bottom. That way if I'm going to put a plywood piece, all I have to do is cut the notch on the corner and then make the plywood piece sit on the side. Over here, although I have to cover the sides, but here you can see that I have put the corner blocks here, which is not ideal, because if I have to put a plywood piece on the inside, then I have to make this cut, and that will leave space for moisture or bugs to go inside. So my idea to solve this problem is to, on here, drill a hole and thread this piece so that I can put a bolt from here, and that will hold on to this thread, and that way I can remove this. That I have to do for this piece and this piece, because on both the sides I have to remove that. To do that I have cut this smaller piece and put a nut inside it, and that way when I position it like this and try to hit it from the back, I will be able to get a spot which shows me where I should drill. That way this point and this hole here in this aluminum extrusion will match. Now you may ask, why do just for this piece? You can do it for all the other pieces also. Well, I can, but the whole point of these angle brackets is to adjust the position wherever I want it. Here I know it has to be fixed because this is where the sink is going to rest. So this pieces I am going to fix it permanently, as in the nut. Of course I can remove the nut and remove it, but that's what I'm thinking of. The rest let it be with just the angle brackets, because it's not hindering with my plan in any way. Here I am actually removing the screws जो मैंने पहले drill करके threading करके डाला था. I am removing that because here I have to put acrylic glass. We can call it acrylic plastic also, and there are two types. One is the Indian made and one is imported. I am using the imported kind because ये बाहर outdoor में fade out नहीं होता है. Indian वाला भी टिकता है पर उतना दिन के लिए नहीं. So this one is much better. And you can see that it has covers on both the sides to protect it while shipping and everything, so that scratches नहीं होगा. क्या किया इधर पे? This acrylic glass is actually a frosted one, so it is frosted on one side and it is a smooth finish on the other side. This is required because if you have smooth finish on both the sides, अगर कुछ चीज़ें लग जाता है उसके ऊपर या कुछ दाग धब्बा या वाइप करते समय स्क्रैचेस हो जाएगा. तो मैंने क्या किया, फ्रॉस्टेड साइड को बाहर की तरफ और स्मूथ वाले साइड को अंदर की तरफ मैंने डाला, बिकॉज वो जो अंदर की तरफ स्मूथ साइड है वहीं पे मैं विनाइल का आर्ट करने वाला हूँ. अभी ये जो एक्रेलिक ग्लास है और एक्रेलिक प्लास्टिक इज़ 5 mm थिक, एंड ये 20 by 20 एल्यूमिनियम एक्सट्रूशंस में जो बीच में उससे लाइन जो जा रहा है उसका गैप है 6 mm. तो 6 mm में 5 mm अच्छे से बैठ जाएगा. सो दैट इज़ वाई आई चोज द 5 mm acrylic plastic and I am just inserting it here. जैसे ही ऐसा स्लाइड कर दिया, अभी दोनों साइड से स्क्रू कर सकते हैं. And you can see when I flip it how beautifully it is set, and you can see the frosted look also. Now I have to do the same on the other side, and because ये पूरा assembled है, मेरे को थोड़ा ऐसा उसके legs को ऐसा move करके spread करके फिर ये जो acrylic है इसको उस जगह पे place करना पड़ा। अगर हम पीसेस छोटा भी कट करेंगे तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बिकॉज एल्यूमिनियम इज़ वेरी फॉरगिवेबल। इस साइड भी हमने वैसे ही किया है, एक्रिलिक को फ्रॉस्टेड साइड बाहर की तरफ और ग्लॉसी साइड अंदर की तरफ रख के इधर शिवा इसको स्क्रू कर रहा है दोनों साइड। और यहाँ पे क्लोजअप में देख सकते हैं कैसे जब हम स्क्रू करते हैं, इट इज़ जस्ट पुलिंग दैट एल्यूमिनियम पीस टूवर्ड्स इट, एंड यू कैन सी इट इन रियली क्लोजअप। एंड हियर इज़ द विनाइल आर्ट जो मैंने पहले बोला था, द रियली ब्यूटीफुल डिज़ाइन, हियर इट इज़। और इसको मैंने इलस्ट्रेटर में डिज़ाइन किया था। एंड आप जो वाइट पीसेस या वाइट डिज़ाइन देख रहे हो वो भी विनाइल ही है। हमने ऑफ कैमरा क्या किया था, उसको पहले पेस्ट किया था एंड पूरा डिज़ाइन को इतना अच्छे से क्लीन किया, जहाँ जहाँ हमको पीसेस निकालना है वो सब अच्छे से निकाल दिया, सो दैट यू कैन सी दैट ब्यूटीफुल आर्ट। फाइनली इसके ऊपर वो वाइट को अच्छे से दिखाने के लिए वी हैड टू पुट ब्लैक कलर विनाइल बिहाइंड इट। और ये सब मैं अंदर से कर रहा हूँ। क्यों अंदर से कर रहा हूँ? क्योंकि जब कुछ वाइपिंग क्लॉथ या किसी चीज़ से हम बाहर से पोंछते हैं, हम सीधा एक्रिलिक के ऊपर पोंछेंगे। अगर मिट्टी भी लग जाता है वो एक्रिलिक पे लगेगा, डिज़ाइन के ऊपर नहीं लगेगा। डिज़ाइन अंदर से है, तो कोई बच्चे नाखून लगा देता है या कोई किसी ने कुछ चाकू उसके ऊपर लगा दिया, फिर भी हमारा आर्ट वर्क डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं होगा क्योंकि वो अंदर की तरफ है। और ये है क्लोजअप व्यू, यू कैन सी हाउ ब्यूटीफुल दिस आर्ट इज, and I think this was one of the best decisions that I did in this project. So there you go, an outdoor sink which is weatherproof and maintenance proof. Aluminum body with acrylic and vinyl, so that there is absolutely no problem in maintenance. It's not going to fade out or anything. Sink is also made of ceramic, so that's also not a problem. Spout which I actually got is also an outdoor one, so that is also not an issue. Later when I get a good use of this, I will try to put a vinyl here also so that it blocks all this piping. But for now, I just love this look. I hope you learnt something about the aluminum extrusions and how you can put them together in this video, and how you can leverage the use of vinyl by pasting it on the inside and using it in the outdoor as well. Click on the like button so that YouTube knows. Do subscribe to this channel so that you keep getting updates.